Welcome to Zero to Freedom and Adventures in Humanness if you're listening on the podcast. Now, today, I'm really excited to talk to Arame Ndoye. I hope I'm saying that right.
Actually, no, it's Arame. No. The E is silent.
Oh, it's Arame, is it?
Arame, yes.
Okay, so that was a great start. Arame, let's get the second one right. Ndoye.
Ndoye, yes.
Ndoye. Okay, so you would have a really complicated. I was so confident that was right. So sorry. Arame, beautiful Arame, is here today, and she is a transformational life coach and a rapid transformational therapist. So thank you for watching. We're in association, as I said, with Tried for Thrive, the Expression Project, the Consciousness Evolution Summit, and Conscious Publishing House. So thank you so much for agreeing to come on, because I actually know a little bit about this brand. It's not been around very long. It's by Marissa Peer, I believe.
Yes.
So this is really having major breakthroughs with people and doing the work that you could have done in 10 years, like just, absolutely rapid fast. So firstly, I just really like you to just, introduce yourself, say how you work, what's your passion, and why you're so passionate about this therapy, because I'm really excited about this therapy. I've heard so much about it. This is really helping people. And also I love your creating your tagline, creating success through fulfillment, because that is what I'm all about. So thanks so much for coming on and sharing what you do, darling.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. So yes, I grew up in Senegal and I've moved to the US about 23 years ago now. And I went on a long journey of just soul searching and getting to know myself, which at the time I didn't even know what I was doing. I just was experiencing a lot of angst, a lot of emptiness within me, not quite knowing why. And just looking for the outside world to kind of fill in my cup again, only to find out it doesn't work that way.
No.
So after falling on my face so many times, I realized that, wow, I'm repeating the same thing, the same cycle over and over, which was really like, kind of looking for fulfillment in other men, basically.
Yeah.
Because it was sort of like a pattern that I was repeating as a child, because that's what was familiar to me, going after men who were just emotionally unavailable, because that was what my childhood was really for the most part.
So even when you're uncomfortable with that, let me just jump in there. That's really interesting you said that, because we think we don't repeat patterns, but they're comfortable. So we repeat what we know.
We only repeat what we know because it's familiar. I did not know anything else. It's like you meet a guy and you're like, oh man, I feel like I've known this guy for my whole life. Well, actually, the energy, that energy is that thing that it's so familiar to you. You feel like you've known this person for a while.
On a soul level, you literally
on a soul level, because you're connected, whether it's like a, maybe a positive or negative connection, but the energy, the connection is still there.
But you're drawn to them still, even
you're drawn to that person.
Soul ties that you've got to deal with. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, not even knowing why. But then still feeling in my gut that it was not right. But I was still making the same mistake with the same type of men over and over. And then blaming the world for it. Why are these men attracted to me? Yeah. But the question I should have been asking was, why was I attracted to those men?
Yeah, exactly.
I was attracting them. That was really the question. Again, like making so many mistakes. I mean, I don't call them mistakes anymore, honestly, cancel that. It's more of like lessons. It's really life lessons.
That's the thing. It's so important, isn't it, Arame? Because, I don't label mistakes anymore, because it's all been a journey to get to here.
Yes. It's what I had to go through to get here. It's like, when the pain of being the same outweighs the pain of changing, then we will change. It's like remaining the same was so freaking painful. I had to do something about it. And that something was,
keep going back to getting slapped in the face over and over again. I'm like, my face is sore. I want to stop this now. Why don't I stop this? Oh yeah, I can. It's so easy when you actually pick it apart. It's so complex, but it's so easy when we work it out. And that's what you help people do. That's what you help people do.
I think the question became how to do it, and getting on my own journey, and seeing changes happening within me, amazing changes, but still knew also that it's not an easy thing. There's no like linear way of growing, it's just like ups and downs, valleys and
Round and
peaks.
round.
There's like so many things that happen, but I just stayed the course, decided, look inward, look within me. And answers started coming within me, which is getting to know myself, finding what I wanted to do in life, who I was, and everything hinged on who I was, who I wanted to become, and what made me happy, what fulfilled me.
Yeah.
And
So
as
important.
I found the answers, also the answers of what I wanted to do in life came up, which was really to be there for women, mostly create a space where women can come in and heal and really truly find their voice.
Yeah.
Because that's the main thing for me. The biggest thing was I did not have a voice.
No.
It's like almost like I felt like there was like this block in my throat, in my chest.
Yeah.
I could not speak up. I did not express my emotions. Everything was just bottled up and just muffled inside me and
not
suppressed.
flowing through, just not flowing through. Totally
no,
stuck.
not at all. It's like, because women, I feel like a lot of times have this fear of expressing themselves. Like, I need to make everybody comfortable around me. They have to like me, because I want to belong. Especially we think that's how I was like, I want to do everything I can so this man will love me.
I want to
Man
please.
will like me, be a people pleaser. To my own
so many.
It was hurting me. So I had to do something, and doing that and finding my voice, it is so liberating. It's just like so exciting. And I was like, every single person needs to feel this way. You need to have and it's become my mission to really spread the message and to just tell women, don't be afraid to stand in your truth. Don't be afraid to stand in who you are, because that's what other people want to see in you.
Absolutely.
Find a way to be authentic in who you are. Stand in your own truth, because nothing else in this world will fulfill you more than that.
Exactly. That's absolutely beautiful. And it's so true. I actually shared a post of yours earlier, and it was saying, the quote was, you don't find happiness, you create it. And it was a little image of a house with a beautiful garden next to these blocks, and everyone in their little blocks looking out. And it just really touched me, because we can be at any level, can't we, Arame, and come out of the grime, and it is all within us. And we throw these terms around like, I'll go within and ground, and people, if you're not coming from using certain terminology, but all it means is to go quiet and start knowing yourself and just cultivating that happiness within yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And be kind and patient with yourself, because again, it's not a linear journey. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have peaks and valleys. Even as you feel yourself changing, sometimes you may not even feel yourself changing, because it could be like a retroactive thing. Because I felt that way. It's like, I was, doing the work, like, I don't really feel like progress is happening, until someone that sees you, who knows you, is like, you know what? You look different. Something is different about you. You're like, oh, okay. It's like
something's happening.
Something is happening. It gives you that push to just like keep going. And the more you do it, it is just priceless to me to get to know yourself and understand that it's just layers of peeling away, layers and layers and layers.
Like an
onion.
And
it does not happen overnight.
No.
And to me personally, I believe that it's a lifetime journey.
Oh, it has to be.
You just get to know yourself, and then you just become more of yourself, fall into yourself more and more and more every day.
Because I agree, because you're evolving in. So each level you bust through, like you say, there's layers, there's another layer. So to take you to your next level. And, that's why I'm so fascinated with doing the deep work that you do with them, the rapid transformational therapy. I've actually been working with someone who's in the book also. Me and Arame were just discussing possibilities and potentials of collaborating in the future with her, therapy. But I'm just really about going back, since I gained an understanding of really my own personal journey with disease and trauma, and revisiting that and picking apart that from the root. And that's really what you're doing with it's similar, isn't it? It's very
definitely where it starts with RTT, because many people have a bunch of symptoms, myself included. I had some symptoms, meaning like my jaw gets tight and I feel a lot of tightness in my chest. It's just a symptom of something deeper.
Yeah.
So with RTT, we're able to go deeper into the root cause of whatever it is that's causing those symptoms. Because the symptom might be an addiction, or it could be stress, anxiety. So once you get to the root cause of it, then you understand why. It's like, you get this fog lifted and then your eyes can see better. And you understand why you're doing what you're doing, why you're engaging maybe in a behavior that is not serving you. Because until you understand it, you can't get free from it. You have to understand where, because a lot of times we do things and we don't understand why. It's like, I know I shouldn't be overeating, but I can't stop myself.
Yeah.
But
again, old programs. Old
programs. And so when you decide to sit back and, we do it under hypnosis when a person is deeply relaxed, so you can kind of bypass the monkey critical mind and
you're working with the subconscious.
Working with the subconscious mind, because really all the answers are back there. So you have to be in a space where you can kind of access your subconscious mind to kind of get to the root cause of what is causing your presenting issue, in that moment.
Yeah.
And we do that. And it's really fascinating, because a lot of times before we get to that, I have consultations with clients, and the root cause, when they're thinking with their conscious mind, a lot of time what they think is the root cause of their issue is not.
Yes.
It usually
I bet that's a lot. I bet that's a lot.
Because consciously, you don't know. We don't know a lot of things, because everything is back there in the subconscious mind. So when you're in that state and you're able to access that, oh man, it's fascinating. Like,
it's it's the thing that everything else comes from. And what you just said about consciously, you might think it's something else, because it's really surprised me working with these kind of therapies that, when you're asking, you do muscle testing and it's answering no when I was sure it was a yes. And I was like, well, my body's saying it, so I guess I can't bypass that.
And it helps people too in a way that you get back to the feeling. Because when you're up here, the subconscious mind is the feeling mind.
Yeah.
And emotions will trump logic any day of the week.
Oh, yes. Okay. It will.
So, we do things, it's like you have this emotional attachment to something. But your conscious mind is like, what, logically that's not right, that's not wrong. But your subconscious mind, it's like, I don't give a flying fuck. It feels good. You go with it. So like you get back to the emotional aspect of things, because that's really where things are rooted, because your emotions, that's what creates your actions. And that also creates your events.
And that's why I wanted to ask you, because so many people, and more of us now, are learning about the conscious mind, the unconscious, the superconscious. But you know what, just what we're viewing happening in the world, and I'm not going to get into lots of things, but just looking at levels of consciousness and understanding and awareness, and it's for my own personal journey with health and extending it to the wider context and seeing, because we are a collective humanity, we're one consciousness, and seeing this kind of collective purging and and what's happening, and then realizing my own unconscious behaviors within my own life, and seeing it's so easy. We are so easily programmed by our ancestrally, by our families, but going back generations. And this is the kind of work, this is why I'm so happy to talk to people like you, Arame, because I've walked away from the conventional to kind of go on a deep dive journey like we do when we come up against walls and there's no conventional answers, or we're not getting help. So I just absolutely love working with therapies that work, and you must feel so much value from what you do.
It is so fulfilling. And I just do it every day, and I feel like, wow, like there's nothing I'd rather be doing right now.
Yeah, it's such a great job. It's such a great job.
to be able to create a space where a person can access that, that mind, like that subconscious mind, and really resolve the things. And the beautiful thing is that we don't linger there, because there's, traditional talk therapy, you would have you going for years.
That's the thing. It's not. That's why talk therapy for me does not work, because you can.
It doesn't resolve anything, because
it goes around. It brings up the pain, because I've had
the scab
psychologists.
It's like you keep peeling away at the scab over and over and over. It's never going to heal.
Yeah, because I wanted to help myself with these people, just from personal experience. And I remember thinking I was doing something good, going to a psychologist. This is back from old trauma. And I remember sitting there, and I came out and I felt like worse than when I went in, but it didn't feel like a healing worse. When I've been working with these therapies, it's like you go in, you feel the emotion, you clear it,
right,
and then you come out. But when I went and I experienced those kind of therapies, I wanted to go and take drugs. I wanted to go and escape, because it just pulled all the wound apart. But
and then left you with it.
Yeah, like just
that's what happens. Okay, we'll see you next week. What? Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
So I'm going to just stew in my own shit for a week before I come back, That's
the thing. All the therapies that we thought, we are shifting so much in consciousness now. So all these therapies, all these things that really work, working on a quantum level, working with consciousness, are just, people want this information, because it's not only talking about getting mental clarity around. This helps with your physical health, because the triggers that we attach to make us ill. So that gives us the disease.
Yes. And that's the thing. I think, like, with traditional medicine, it has been like separating the mind, the body.
Yes.
But it should not be separated. It's all connected. The mind, the body, and the spirit.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to bring in all of those together.
Without it can't be effective.
No, you cannot be. There's this quote by Dr. Mosley, and it goes something like, a feeling that cannot be expressed in tears will cause other organs to weep.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Who's that by?
Dr. Mosley.
Oh, you have to send me that.
I'll send it to you.
I love it. I love it.
So it's essentially, it just means that when you're not expressing your emotions, when everything is suppressed, don't be surprised when it shows up physically in your body, when it shows up in, like disease, autoimmune disease, like so many ways where it shows up in your body, because, you're not taking care of the emotional part of it.
That's everything. We just don't learn this at school. We're not taught this. And that's why, for me, we're so disconnected from our nature and our gifts, because, we haven't been allowed really to be exposed to them or understand them. And like you said, it has to be mind, body, spirit. We're not just playing kind of with matter. We're everything. We're energy, we're consciousness. We can't move forward around. I don't know. For me, the way for humanity moving forward out of everything that's happening on all the different levels is going within. That is the only way to kind of reconnect.
Really. I agree. I personally believe that our essence is a soul. We are a soul in a physical body.
Of course, yeah.
But we also do need to take care of the body. The body is the temple, is the home. It needs to be taken care of. And it all connects.
Absolutely. And if we can't move forward, sort of walking into a quantum universe and really opening up to all the information, and then just play in this small field of information, because then that's not living a full, holistically rounded life, because you're just looking at one part of information and not taking in the whole. And we can't live as fully realized human beings. And that's why the work you're doing, and we haven't spoken before, we've sent some messages back and forth, but when I got no answers from medicine is when I went in and opened up and started working with practitioners like yourself and finding out. And now I'm so excited to share, because it's not about just going and feeling better, just having a nice thought for a day. This will rewire your life. This will change your life, because all the things you've been running, you can get rid of with people like Arame, like with people that work in these fields. They're incredible.
the human mind is really, really amazing, but we also have to understand it's like a 2 million-year-old software.
Yeah.
So it's software that's been wired a certain way, generationally, and as human beings, and then also the conditioning, with your caregivers and growing up and all those things. So it's wired to just survive.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to do anything that I can to survive, to belong, because if I move away from the tribe, basically I could die.
Yeah.
It was true, way back when we were hunters and gatherers.
When we were running away from tigers, fear was quite useful.
When you went out on your own, that was literally death. You could die doing that.
Yeah.
But it's no longer the case today. We don't necessarily need to fear going out there into the world and, standing in our truth and who we are. But the mind hasn't caught on to it yet. Exactly. So you have to do your own, internally intentional work to get to that point where, most of my life, you're not going to be in physical danger for most of us.
No.
We are not in
fear all the time, but we're in fear all the time. Constantly.
Exactly.
And that's
fear is good if you're about to get mauled by a lion. So you need to fucking run because you can get killed. That's okay. But
fear is useful then. That's useful.
Fear is useful because you're in physical danger.
Yeah.
But how many times in our lives are we in that moment? Most of us, it will be never.
Usually never. And that's the sad thing, is that we live, people actually running away from life-threatening situations are in fear less than the modern human, because what are we so afraid? We're just in fear from the moment we in some kind of lack or worry, or I'm not good enough, or I'm going to be late, I haven't got enough money, it's all fear, lack, it's just programs run so deeply. They really do.
Yeah, that's just, that's why I made it my mission to just create a space where women or anybody who wants to can come and work on yourself, find out who you are, and express who you are. Just freaking express who you are. Let go of all the expectations, of all the conditioning, and whatever you were told that you were supposed to be, or whatever you thought you were supposed to be in order to be liked and loved. And find out who you are truly.
Who you want to
be. Who you want to be. And that deep sense of letting go.
Yes.
When you get to that space, it's so amazing. I mean, it's so
joyful. It's nice finding out. You have to go through some dirt, but when you find out, it's that's it.
It is so fulfilling because you're like, oh my God, I just shed so much weight.
Yeah,
that I was carrying on that truly was not even your own weight. It was not even your stuff, but you're carrying generational stuff from your ancestors and from your.
It literally feels like weight, doesn't it?
Parents. Yeah.
It feels like weight that you take off. Literally.
Ancestral weight that is not you, but you have to be aware of it and then make the decision to shed it. And the shedding is just like that. It's shedding. It's, a process of going and shedding, peeling off the layers more and more and more.
You have to see it first. That's it.
Kind of open up and just, peel off all those, layers of gunk. And guess what's underneath that?
The gold.
The freaking diamond that we all are,
Yes.
It's like,
oh, I love that. That's, do you know what? Your passion and how you speak about this is just how I feel for the joy of finding these therapies that work and help people. And we're talking about people, just have been just in such a position for years and years in addiction, in whatever, from abuse, this is not just for some special people. This is for everyone. And there's so many people. Everyone
can have access to it. It's just about, being at a place when you're ready to, do the work, and then come in.
You have to be ready. You have to. It's not an easy process. People said, an energy medicine person said to me once, she had someone come in and she went, oh, I can't be bothered with this. I'd rather take the pills. Well, that's the thing you have to remember when you do the deep work, this healing this way, it's not always pretty. It's not always pretty. You have to go through that. But the thing is, you're always aware of you're moving to the other side. You're moving through it.
Yes. And you're not alone, because you have someone there who's always sort of holding your hand and guiding you.
Exactly, like a cheerleader.
Yes, you're a cheerleader. They're gonna guide you, but at the end, it's still your work. It's still your work that has to be done by you.
Yeah. No one
But
else can do it. We just got lazy, man.
no one else can do that work for you. That is the truth. No one else can do the work.
So
It's like,
annoying.
no, I can't do the work for you, but I will hold your hand while,
Yeah.
I will walk with you while you do the work.
That's perfect. So what can people, I want you to just say about your groups or how people can contact you, and what kind of process. Is there a program? Is there a certain amount they can sign up for? Just tell people how they can reach out. And also I will put just 2 seconds. Also, I'll put your links in the description. This will be up on the podcast. So if you want to work with Arame, then you may reach out on the links there. So
yeah, I mean, you can find me, you can DM me on Instagram, Facebook, Messenger. I'm on all those places. I'm also I have a website called, it's basically my name, aramndoye.com. But I'm easily, you can easily connect with me, send me a message. And I also have it's sort of like a checklist to guide people on how to, just basic things that they can do to sort of, get over anxiety, stress, and those type of things. So I have just like practical things that you can do in the moment.
Is that in a group or something? Do you have?
No, it's just like a checklist I can send to anybody, and it comes along
that's great.
With also a meditation. It's like a full body healing meditation for women. It's specifically made for women.
And is it by you? It's your meditation?
It's by me, yes. So I guide them through a full body meditation, and that's also for free. So like it's
I was going to say, how do people access that? How do the people access
so I have a link, and those two they come together. You get a free checklist, and you also get that free meditation.
Okay, so if you send me that, then I'll put that in the description.
Yes, I will send it to you. Yes.
Also, I'd love to invite you to do some, if you would like to, with my group, either Adventure in Humanness or Tribe Thrive, to come and either do a little meditation and talk about RTT, and see if anyone would like to come and kind of get involved.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. I mean, either one. It's like the meditation, I've like with the checklist, it's I even love doing it myself because it's just so healing. And then I offer it to people. It's just like, half an hour of just like be with yourself as a woman, look at your body, and just heal your body. And
we need this.
Everything starts with the mind. The images you create in your mind, the thoughts you create in your mind, they literally have a physical reaction in your body.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, I just like help people visualize what healing looks like, to see it and feel it, and do that work for yourself every day. It's amazing.
It is amazing, and it is life-changing. And I can imagine you I mean, because I've worked with different people, and obviously some people are better at craft than others, but I can tell that you are so passionate about what you do in helping people and helping women open up and speaking their truth, because this is the work at the moment. That's all we've been asked to do, is to speak our truth and know ourselves.
Know yourself. That is the only way you're going to find fulfillment and find your purpose and find meaning in your life, is to know who you are, to know what lights you up to your core. Because when you find that, it's in alignment and it's easy.
Yeah. It's not hustle. It's not a push. It's not a push.
Never work. It's never work. It's easy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And we can all live like that. And we can all live that because we all have a soul purpose. And that's what really lights me up, for everyone to know that they can have divine alignment and go towards and have an effect and make change. And that's why I love that post you did. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, thank you so much. Is there any last words you want to say, or just reach out to people?
I'm just like, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I just want to tell every person who's listening, just go out there and create what you want. You are a creator. Go out there and create.
I'm just going to finish it there, because exactly, go out there and create. Heal through expression, create. Thank you so much, Arame, and you're a beautiful soul with a radiant smile. And please catch her, find her on Facebook, work with her. I'll get her on the tribe. So take care. Don't forget. Thank you, darling. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also we have the Transformational Health Journeys book coming up, so check out the description for that. Thank you so much.